It is important for us to try to be as successful as we can be.
Welcome, Brian, AJ.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's already more than 10 years ago since the Backstreet Boys became one of the biggest bands in the world. Yeah, maybe still
Not
is.
easy to say.
Yeah, and do you maybe have one special memory that's still very clear and important for you about the Backstreet Boys?
Quite a few, actually.
Yeah, we've had a lot of great memories. Do you want us to talk to you or the camera?
Yeah, to me, please.
To you.
Yeah.
Okay. We've had probably countless amounts of memories. I'll never forget being in Germany many years ago, probably 13 years ago, 12 or 13 years ago, when we got our very first gold record for the single "We've Got It Going On" that came out, went gold in Germany, and we had a huge dinner and a big celebration, and that's one of the milestones, I think, because when we first started in the music business almost 17 years ago, we always dreamed of having the gold records and the platinum records to hang up in our studios and our homes, and that was the very first one that we got. I know it has a special meaning to me because I have a special spot for it at my house.
Okay.
That I get to tell everybody, like, that's my first gold record. So
I also remember when we did the Millennium Tour here in Holland. It was our biggest show in Europe.
The IX.
The IX Stadium.
The IX
and
Stadium.
We sold it out in the round. It was like 65,000 people or something like that. It was amazing. I mean, to do that again would be awesome. So.
Yeah, because you were telling about Germany, because before you really get noticed in the United States, that was Germany. But when you came back with Backstreet's Back and got the #1 position in the charts in the United States, how important was that for you back then?
Well, I mean, I think it's important for us it is important for us to try to be as successful as we can be from, the worldwide standpoint. A lot of times in the early years where we had success, being like Germany and Austria and Switzerland, places like that, and including Holland, like we would be over here all the time to promote and to do shows. We used to tour Europe all the time, and this was before we had any success in America. So it was nice for us to be able to come back home and kind of have a break from the fans and from the pop style lifestyle. But at the same time, it was in our hearts that we wanted to be successful in America, and then we were finally able to break through with "Quit Playing Games with My Heart" was our very first single that kind of did anything in the U.S. And then by that time, we had success all around the world, and we were on to world tours after world tours, and so. But it's great to have success in your homeland. That's what you want. You want your friends to be proud of you. You want your family to be proud of you, and we work hard for that. So we've had that for many years now. We're grateful.
Okay. Can you remember when you? Oh, there goes
Hello.
the mic.
The mic just committed suicide.
Hello.
Oh, it's like, there we go. There we go.
Okay, thank you.
Don't move.
Yeah. Can you remember when "Quit Playing Games with My Heart"? When you heard that the first time on U.S. radio?
We were actually in his car. We were actually in his car, leaving or going to rehearsal. Were we going to rehearsal or leaving? I think we were leaving rehearsal. The little airport hangar thing. We were leaving rehearsal.
Was it in my Civic?
It was in your Civic.
It was in the Civic.
It was in your
Okay.
Civic. We almost wrecked because we turned on a local radio station back in Orlando, XL 106.7. We turned it on, and we heard "Quit Playing Games," and he was like, he almost wrecked because it was like,
oh my gosh, it's so good.
we called everybody. We called Howie. We called Nick. We called Kevin. We're like, turn on the radio. We're on the radio. It was awesome, to finally hear yourself on, like, all this hard work paid off. We're actually on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you sometimes miss that enthusiasm that you had maybe back 15 years ago, like being for the first time on radio, being for the first time, in Europe, or
It's still cool to hear our songs on the radio. I
was gonna say,
still freak out when I hear it. It's just it's just cool.
I was actually over here on tour. We had started the This Is Us tour, and my wife and my son were at home in Georgia in the U.S., and they were listening to the local radio station, and my wife called me, and they were playing Straight Through My Heart. And she was like, "You've got to hear it. It's like straight through my heart." So they're playing it on the cell phone. She left me a message, and I was like, that's cool. We still get excited about hearing ourselves on the radio, because that means that our music is still out there and it's still getting out there, touching people.
Yeah.